Hello and welcome to the Mountain Bike Facilities Master Plan Virtual Open House. Over the last 3 years, a single track pilot project in Van Dorn Park has been successfully operated through the joint efforts of the City of Lincoln Parks and Recreation Department and Trails Have Our Respect, a nonprofit mountain biking organization. The interest shown by the use of this facility has spurred Lincoln Parks and Recreation to consider how mountain biking facilities might be integrated into the city parks and recreation system. In October of 2022, a 19-member working group made up of representatives from nonprofits, educational institutions, interest groups, and other agencies was brought together to evaluate potential for mountain bike facilities in Lincoln. Master planning is the first step in many parks and recreation projects. Master plans are often developed for individual parks and define the activity areas as prescribed by the park program. These master plans sometimes also estimate the costs of the improvements and the timing of their development. Master plans are often prepared to look at development of facilities for specific activities. Currently, Parks and Recreation has master plans for trails, dog use facilities, aquatics programs and facilities, a strategy for including outdoor inclusive play in Lincoln playgrounds, and for outdoor racquet court facilities. Master plans help to define goals and guide big picture decisions. Once master plans are prepared, they are presented to the Parks and Recreation Advisory Board for their review and endorsement. The purpose of the Mountain Bike Facilities Master Plan is to develop a roadmap for development and management of mountain bike facilities in City of Lincoln. The plan has 4 goals: discuss the range of mountain bike facilities in Lincoln and the level of service, recommend priority locations for facilities to serve the community equitably, discuss different frameworks for design and management of mountain bike facilities, and discuss timing for projects and different funding strategies. Throughout this process, public input has been sought and shared with the working group for their consideration. To gather initial data, a survey was conducted September 22 through October 12 of 2022. This virtual open house gathers input at the midpoint of the planning process. Once the master plan has been drafted, it will be available for public review and comment. Finally, the Lincoln Parks and Recreation Advisory Board will hold an open meeting and invite the public to submit comments, likely in April of 2023. The fall survey was open to the public, but special effort was made to engage those already involved in mountain biking. It was taken by 540 individuals with a ratio of about 3-to-1 male to female participants. The average age of participants was approximately 42 years. Most indicated they were fairly confident in their mountain biking skills. Participants indicated that the most important services to have available at mountain biking facilities were trash receptacles, restrooms, parking, and potable water. A wide variety of mountain bike facilities were desired. The majority of respondents have traveled out of state specifically or incidentally to participate in mountain biking. The majority of participants were also willing to support the construction and maintenance of mountain bike facilities through donations of money or time. The full survey report can be viewed on this website. One of the first questions the working group considered was that of desired level of service. Level of service, or LOS, refers to the extent of the facilities that are desired to serve the full community. Parks and Recreation often uses research from professional organizations to identify level of service. However, some facility types do not have data available, perhaps because they are newer use types or just aren't commonly found in cities. Some examples of LOS that are used in Lincoln include those that are distance-based. For example, a park within a 10-minute walk of every residence. They may be recommended per unit of population, like 1 disc golf hole per 7,000 residents. They may be geographically based, such as 1 dog use facility in each of the 4 quadrants of the city, or they may be a combination of several different models. The working group will be considering a proposed 3-tier level of service approach. This would include one major bike park facility that would include a wide variety of different activities such as jumps, pump tracks, flow tracks, skill courses, etc. This major facility is currently shown as the end use for the North 48th Street landfill, which is anticipated to close in the near future. The bike park would include supporting services such as restrooms, picnic areas, off-street parking, and playgrounds. This location is on future commuter trail routes and has easy access to Interstate 80 to facilitate visits from out-of-town users. Tier 2 includes a natural surface single-track facility in each of 4 quadrants of the city. This would be located so they are accessible from commuter trails and have off-street parking for those who drive to the site. Finally, other facilities such as pump tracks, skill features, single-track segments parallel to the commuter trails, and others could be located in smaller areas, including some neighborhood parks. These features would be located according to user interest and opportunity and would not be designed to attract users from outside the immediate area. This map is meant to provide a graphic representation of the LOS plan previously described. The major bike park circle in red in the north is location specific, but all others are symbolic and not meant to represent actual locations. The red lines running north and south and east and west represent the general lines along which the city is divided into 4 park quadrants. The working committee has also spent significant time assessing potential locations for future single-track facilities. Prior to presenting options to the working group, Parks and Recreation staff used GIS to identify over 50 park sites that might be able to serve as single-track locations. These sites were evaluated, and those without enough space or with other significant challenges that would make them undesirable were removed to create a list of 35 potential sites for the working group to review. The working group was provided GIS information on each site, including the services that were currently available, such as restrooms, off-street parking, trail access, etc., and basic environmental factors such as floodplain, wetlands, and tree cover. After an orientation to each site, working group members each chose several sites to visit. At their second meeting, the working group members shared what they had observed on their visits, and the group took that into consideration along with the provided GIS information. They made recommendations to either eliminate the site or continue gathering data. Using the working group input, the list of sites was narrowed to 19. These 19 sites have been additionally analyzed for slope characteristics and soils, both critical to the construction of single-track facilities. The working group is currently considering this information as they prepare to recommend priority sites. This is a map of the city of Lincoln. The gray areas represent existing parks, and the dark blue dashed lines are the actual Parks and Recreation operating quadrant boundaries. The goal of the working group's upcoming discussion will be to recommend a priority location in each quadrant for future single-track development. We are currently at the halfway point in this planning effort. We would like to have input from the public on the potential quadrant locations for single-track. When this presentation is complete, please return to the web page and click on the interactive map button. This will take you to a map where you can zoom into each of the sites and observe the area being discussed in more detail. As you zoom in, you will see elevation lines appear. Zoom in closer, and the space between those lines will show in one of 3 colors. Red for areas that are relatively flat and have a slope between 0 and 5%. Green for areas that are between 5 and 20% slope, which makes them ideal for single track. And areas in yellow that have slopes greater than 20%. It is important to note that although only green is labeled as ideal, single track and other mountain biking facilities can be successfully designed on flat or steep areas with a little extra care and perhaps importation of surface material. The slope information is just part of what should be considered when recommending the best sites. To enter your comments while on the map, click on the edit button in the upper right, and you will be able to click to add an observation, and enter your comments. You can also enter general comments on the web page in the comment box. Your comments will be shared with the working group for their consideration as they propose preferred sites.